Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Gruber Wired. I'm Mark Beach.
I'm John Dotson, and welcome once again.
Welcome. So make sure you stay tuned in today because before the end of the program, we are going to reveal a brand new conspiracy theory, which is what this episode is all about.
That's right. We're going to dive into the world of conspiracy theories. We know there's plenty out there. You know, I just took vacation, just came back. It's nice to be back, but we were out there in L.A., and I was looking, looking for the edge of the world. You know, this is a flat Earth, right?
Well, you're going to have to ask Katy Perry.
Yeah. Well,
right?
Yeah, right? Yeah. Did she actually make it to space, or?
I heard she stepped in a puddle, and now she's a deep sea diver.
Oh, ouch. Let's keep that one going.
Yeah.
Hey, switched up my hat today, kind of joining you over there.
Yeah, you know, you're paying homage to your grandpa.
I am. My grandfather, he gave me this hat when I want to say I was right around nine years old.
Okay.
Great man, and I've kept this up in my closet since.
It's amazing that your head is still the same size.
Yeah, well, I wish. Thanks.
Well,
you're funny.
I try. It's one of those days, John.
That's what I get for taking vacation. I come back to this.
I know. Well,
Hey.
but I appreciated Noah filling in. That was great.
He did a great job.
I appreciated it.
Yeah. No, I watched a little bit of that. Noah, thank you once again.
Absolutely.
Did a great job covering and just having some fun.
What do we got to talk about?
Conspiracy theories. There's a conspiracy theory out there that you know how to sell. And I'm still trying to figure this one out.
I don't know, man. We try.
Yeah, right?
We started a new sales team, so I don't think we've talked about that, but it's me, Bob, and Crystal now.
Yeah.
Crystal's our secret weapon.
Your secret weapon, huh?
Yes.
She's got it under wraps, huh?
She does.
She's going to carry you guys. That's great that you guys are coming together.
Yep.
And we're seeing this kind of homage come together throughout the office and taking place. And it's great to see. And we're seeing good things.
A little gelling at Gruber.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes things great, though. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. Make sure that if you have any questions or comments while we're live, go ahead and put them on the screen. We'll read them.
Yeah,
and we might even talk about them. We'll see.
Join in on the conversation. We're talking about these conspiracy theories, but more towards the technology side, which is kind of fun. So we're going to kick this thing off, get it rolling. The first one happens to deal with cell phones, and that is going to be 5G, right?
Yeah, all the cancer from 5G.
That's right.
Brain.
There's this conspiracy theory that 5G is causing, health problems for people out there. And I'm going to say, I haven't heard of one yet. Have you? I mean, it's out there. Personally, I haven't come across anyone that's had this issue.
How do they tell?
Good question.
There's so much stuff going on. I mean, illnesses are up and all that kind of stuff.
They are, but the main thing that's popping this out is not so much here in the U.S., but around the world. They're actually destroying 5G cell phone towers because of this. So you're seeing vandalism take place over this particular topic. I got to tell you, one thing that I can say for sure is it's not the 5G. We are all living in a world where we have frequencies, radio waves. All this stuff is constantly passing through our bodies to begin with. Yeah. Right? All we do
along with photons.
Yeah, photons, a little bit. But what we do with technology, we reach out and we'll grab that little line there and we'll say, okay, we're going to use this for a signal and shoot it from one device to another.
Yeah.
It's actual, devices that may have more of a key to this causing illnesses versus the actual signal from 5G itself.
Right. Well, I mean, microwaves are a signal too, but they can cook you.
Yeah.
You don't want to get in the way of those.
Another one that you popped up here was Battery Gate. You want to talk about that one a little bit?
These are the ones that came true.
Oh, these really? Okay.
Yeah,
is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
This list is all the recent conspiracy theories that have come true, and the Battery Gate is just another way of saying that after a while, Apple, Samsung, any of your devices that use a battery, they get throttled at some point, and all of a sudden things slow down.
Yep.
They need to be replaced. It's kind of a planned obsolescence thing, which in the scheme of things, manufacturers have been doing this for a while, a long while, where something could last a long time, but they build it so it only lasts a certain amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a good example: alternators in vehicles.
Yeah.
Meant to go out, so you have to replace it. Keeps you coming back and keeps money coming back into those companies.
Right. So that's a conspiracy theory that came true. Apple actually admitted that that's what they were doing.
That's wow. Yeah. So there are some teeth to these conspiracy theories, I guess you could say, because we're seeing some that did come true.
Yeah.
And then some that are still open to interpretation as well.
Right. Well, the big one, and I don't think you have it on the list here, but the big one that's out there is the whole autism thing and vaccines.
Well, we kind of have a little bit about that here. Microchips and vaccines, go in that direction.
Right.
Is one that it's just all over the place, and it's been for many, many years. And I understand that there's two different theories going on here. The one, like you're saying, autism with all the vaccinations.
Right.
And then you have this over here where we're saying, oh, people put chips in them, right? So... Who's up there? Don Johnson. I don't know who that is. Don Johnson.
I can guess.
Is a conspiracy theory of the Gruber Ghost true? Who is the Gruber Ghost? I have not met the Gruber Ghost. Have you?
I don't know. Cass, do you know anything about this?
The Gruber Ghost?
The Gruber Ghost.
Yeah, he comes and haunts you.
He haunts you, huh?
Yeah, he comes after you, moves stuff around your desk.
I get haunted just coming in and working with Harry every day. So.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I think it's IT Nick who's the Gruber
Nick,
Ghost.
is he the Gruber Ghost?
Yeah, because he's always screwing with my computer when I'm not looking.
See?
It's true.
Nick.
I see it happen. It's wild.
Yep. What, real time, huh?
We're going to have to get Scooby-Doo on this, see if we can find this one out. Figure this conspiracy theory out,
Yeah.
So,
well, thanks for that, Don Johnson.
Yeah. Well, what I got to say is a lot of people were, coming through the pandemic, and then they had the vaccines available for people. I heard this a lot. Hey, they're putting microchips in vaccines. First of all, I know we have a photo of this if you want to pull it up. Really, there's no way they could put these in there. I imagine if you really tried, they could, but I don't foresee this. I don't buy into this one, and the real reason I don't buy into it is because they don't need to. With this little device right here that's hooked to our hips and our hands and our ears all day long, they've already got us chipped.
Yeah.
They don't need to put something in our bodies. All the information they need is gathered right here.
Okay.
That's my theory on it.
I mean, I agree that this thing follows you around everywhere.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, I know there are ways you can Google it, that Google tracks your whereabouts. I mean, I've turned some of that stuff off on my phone, because you can actually see everywhere you go. Not that I go anywhere, but I just don't like the idea of it.
Sure.
Yep. So yeah, I mean that was some of the stuff that they actually used the business or the organization that was working, with the 1,000 Mules, the movie.
Oh yeah.
Right, to prove NGOs were dropping off ballots and doing ballot harvesting and all that. They were showing actual phone data and moving between different places and all that. So, it was whether you want to believe it or not.
Yeah.
It happened. I believe it happened. The election was stolen, but that's okay. We got him back.
We're going to agree on that and let it go. But yeah. Now, to your side, the vaccines and autism, that is huge right now.
Yeah.
I know that RFK Jr. is working on that. They're doing a study. I believe it's going to be released sometime in September to look into autism a little more. Yeah. Am I sold on it being vaccines? We'll find out.
Well,
we just
how
don't
many?
know.
I saw a statistic that said that back in 1950, childhood vaccines, there were 2 of them. Now there are.
Yeah.
Now there are 60 childhood vaccines.
Yeah, there is a multiple.
Now I think it's a combination of things. For one, I don't think that there should be that much going into the body. I think that our bodies are made to fight a lot of stuff. I think there's some good things that can be done, and that's fine. But I think that overall it's over medication. However, I also do believe that in 1950 we weren't really diagnosing autism, and diagnosis has gotten better.
Yes.
So
yes. It's a combination.
Right. So there are more cases because we're looking for it. But, you know, and we know what it is, and there's a spectrum now, whereas it was pretty binary before, either autistic or not. Now there's a whole spectrum. What Major Tom's got going on here?
Yeah, Major Tom, I heard a conspiracy theory that a man has lived with a quarter of a brain for, wait, how old are you, John? Wow. Thank you, Major Tom. I appreciate that, man. We're getting some digs going in today, aren't we?
I'm guessing that might be Harry getting you back.
It could very well be.
Yeah.
We're taking a few digs earlier there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he's got to do it. It's fair.
Wow. Next, let's take a look at the world of AI and that it's secretly taking over the world.
Is that really a theory?
Are AI robots going to take over the world? This theory, it is a theory, isn't it, Cass? Explain.
It's not a theory. It's going to happen.
It's going to,
right?
You're one of
That's
these,
what I'm
see?
saying.
It's going to happen,
Okay,
and I'm
so
not
you're
going to
on
like
the Terminator side of things. That's where all this comes from, sci-fi movies, you know, from the past and generating. Now that it's here, we're seeing these theories come out.
Although right now, the way I'm using ChatGPT, it's failing so much I can't even, you know, I can't even endorse it. I mean, Harry had a great idea about uploading part numbers and whatnot in there. Okay. Cool. So I was doing that because he gets part numbers quick. He asks a question, boom, done. It's all in there. Well, on mine, I uploaded my quotes.
Okay.
So I took like 100 different quotes that I've done so that I could pull back the data and say, you know, I quoted it. Here's the part number. Here's the description. Here's how much I charged, you know, and everything, all the information.
Sure.
It's reset every night, and I've had to reload the data every day. I load the data, create a master data file, and then output it so that the next morning I can load it in again.
Wow.
Not going to last very long with me, AI.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Are you trying to do like an Excel spreadsheet with the ChatGPT?
I mean, I uploaded spreadsheets, and what I did was it's really cool because I tell it my header descriptions are always in row 10.
Yeah.
So it'll say part number, it'll say description, it'll say cost or price. And so when I upload it, it formats the data. And sometimes, you know, it was going to be in column E, sometimes it was going to be in column F. So I just told it to look here instead. And so it takes every spreadsheet that I put in and it correctly formats them. It puts everything in there. And, you know, like I said, I loaded probably 100 spreadsheets. By now, I've got like 900 part numbers in there. But it resets every night.
And because my buddy, he was actually telling me last weekend that there's an AI program that only works with Excel. So I guess you enter in the data and it throws it out in Excel and you can manipulate it through this one program, but it's not ChatGPT though.
Well, I don't want to manipulate the data. What I want to do is say, have I ever quoted anything with HDMI?
Oh, and then have it pull up those previous quotes
because
to get the information needed.
You know how hard it is to keep track of everything when, you know, it's not stuff we make, but we sell?
Yeah, and we're talking about databases of thousands of products. I mean, our normal just standard data set or product set is over 3,000 products. So now we add in, you know, variations of that.
Right.
Yeah, it makes it quick and easy if you kind of have that type of format set up. I could see the use for it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but I'm not happy yet. So what I am doing though is with a couple of the websites I manage, I'm bringing in WordPress plugins that are chat based, right? And then you can actually create your own like knowledge base or data sets for those. And so it doesn't go out into the world to search for answers. You give it you upload documents and you say, you know, these are the documents I want you to use to respond to these answers. Or you can also tell it, I only want you to look at these particular websites to get answers from.
And it will pull from that data
and that's
set
it.
selection.
Right.
Yeah,
So
nice.
you can narrow your search.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, Cass, a little bit more on this. You're saying, yes, you believe AI robots take over the world. I'm saying I don't see that. I mean, here's my take on it. If we ever get to that point, AI robots cannot, to the best of my knowledge, understand or develop a consciousness. which to me would still seem to believe that man would or woman would still have to be in control of those robots or machines. So, having said that, I can see where the human race could control the robots that in turn are a tool to work with taking over the world, but not the AI robots themselves.
Well, how do you explain the AI, though, that when they were upgrading the model, it went ahead and created copies of itself so it wouldn't get deleted?
Well, that could get done, but that doesn't mean that it's consciousness per se. I mean,
what is
I just
consciousness?
don't. I know it hasn't been defined yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't. So that's one of those. That's why we have this theory, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but I also know that basically AI has all of the knowledge. So it could probably figure out how to just do it itself if it's not already doing it.
Yeah.
And the unknown is what is terrifying. I already struggle with general and social anxiety, so I already think of the unknown and the worst possible thing that could possibly happen. So just the fact that I don't know what it's thinking or what it's not
is enough
thinking,
to throw that curve at you.
Yeah, is enough to do that. And it's all the uncanny valley too, right? So the uncanny valley is what it looks like. It could be what it is, but it's not, and your brain doesn't really know what it is, and it's trying to figure it out. It looks familiar, but it's not familiar, and that's what bothers me and what freaks me out.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I can see a lot of that in people having that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesse. Hey, Jesse's not here this week. He's on vacation.
How you doing,
but
Jesse?
apparently not vacation enough because he's on the podcast.
Yeah, right?
Hey, Jesse. So we want living storage. We can do that. We'll help you when I get back. We have to store data files as Canvas documents in ChatGPT for it to have a persistent memory. Well, that's awesome.
Nice. Problem solved.
You're
Look
the
at that.
man.
Thank you for closing that
man.
conspiracy theory down for us.
That
solved.
Yeah. Good
Nice.
stuff.
Very good.
Hey, remember to stay tuned because we are going to tell you about a brand new conspiracy theory you've never heard of before. Guaranteed.
Yep.
Guaranteed, but it's not yet.
I'll tell you
but
what,
it's
this
coming
is crazy.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Hey, number 4 here, we have government weather control. This is a huge one. We know about this, Chem Trails and so forth. And there are, in fact, I was just with some family members on vacation this past week that strongly believe in this. They're like, yes, it's happening. They've seen it. They feel it. They know it. I know there's cloud seeding taking place. There's factual proof of that. We know what happens. They're doing it here in Arizona to help try and spice up the clouds for the monsoon season.
Aluminum hydroxyls.
Yeah. So is it this one so far out of reach? I don't know. There just hasn't been proof that they've been using these other chemicals, in these chemtrails, but I'm sure that someone has thought about it.
I think this goes right along with global warming. It's sheer folly to think that we can control the weather that much either way.
Yeah.
Right? I just think it's folly and it's vanity for man to think he can. The Earth's pretty big.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know on this one. Let's see. Smart devices are always spying on us. This one's been around for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to see in some aspects that we believe this to be true because I can't tell how many times at home I'm talking about a subject, right? And then all of a sudden I get commercials.
We've
I get
all had that
information
happen,
pop
yeah.
up just right from your own cell
Never
phone.
seen an ad before for it, but boom, there it is,
Yeah.
right? No coincidence.
No, none at all.
No. And is your fridge going to snitch on you about what you're eating?
And mine does all the time. Mine gets me in trouble a lot.
It's got the little sound when you open the door. No.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but this is the theory out there, and it does bug a lot of people. There's a lot of people that do kind of buy into this, and I can see why, because with all these devices we have around our home, we're gathering all this information. So I honestly think there's some truth to this one.
Well, we know Alexa listens, right? So, I mean, that's indisputable. It's always listening.
Yeah.
And the more always listening devices we have, the more it can decide that it wants to keep that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know. On this one, yep, all the way. Let's see here. Deep fakes will usher in a post-truth era. This one probably has the most substance to it, if you start to think about it. Deep fakes are going to be out there. We're already seeing this out there, especially the implementation of AI.
Yeah.
I think this is really going to be to the point where it's going to be hard to decipher what we're seeing as truthful or not.
Right. And yeah, I mean, look, you've been dancing at QT, right?
Yeah.
What was the other one that I did for you while you were on vacation?
I missed that one. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, no, you didn't. You yelled at me.
Which one? Oh, I don't recall. I'd have to pull
Yeah,
it up.
yeah. It had to do with, oh, man, what was it?
Yeah, Chaz and I. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's what it was.
We have EV fan up here. Thinks Siri or Alexa, any device where you can talk to it, wake it up is bad. Right?
Yep.
Yep. I agree.
I mean, I've got friends who will not have anything Alexa, Siri related in their house.
Yeah.
Because it's always listening.
Always.
So.
And as it listens, we're going to start to hear more about these deep fakes too, because if that is the case, they're going to pull information that they could use to create deep fakes.
Well, we're already seeing videos online that are people doing things that they never did.
Yeah.
So, and they look pretty good. And there's, animals and things that never existed showing up on there. So, I mean,
it's crazy.
It's easy to, but I don't know if I'd call it post-truth. I'd say that it's just, requires more skepticism and more research to validate exactly what's going on.
Good key. Good word to use, research.
Yep.
Something that we're going to have to do more of in the future.
Yeah.
Just to get past those deep fakes.
Well, what did they say? It's an old saying, believe half of what you read and none of what you hear, or something like that. Yeah. So we're not necessarily going to be able to believe our eyes. Or our ears. We're going to have to actually
do some work.
Experience it. Somehow.
Yeah. Let's see. Next one, big tech mind control via algorithms. This is one where they're using the information that's out there. They're using platforms like Facebook, social media, and finding those algorithms that people are working with.
Well, everybody knows there are different sides of TikTok.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that you're in an algorithm and you're going to see whatever side of TikTok you're on. If you're, fighting the man and, protesting and, all that kind of stuff, then you're going to see all the stuff that caters to you. Because it's all about screen time. It's all about keeping you attached
to
the screen.
Yeah. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
Really, is what they're preying on.
Yep.
And so this is a big one, I think, especially right now, especially with the younger generations. I'm seeing a lot of the young kids right now, especially toddlers, actually, that have phones. There's kids in second grade now carrying around cell phones.
Bad.
So they're into it.
We should talk about some of the ones that have come true.
Yeah, we're going to talk a couple of come true before we unveil our newest and latest.
Stay tuned because we're getting to it.
Brand new.
It's coming up.
So
brand new conspiracy theory.
What you got there that's come true?
So what about the COVID-19 lab leak?
Yeah, we know that's true.
It's been
at first it was where did it come from?
Right. It's been generally accepted now that that's where it came from because of some CIA research.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what about surveillance of the 2016 Trump campaign?
Yeah.
That came true.
It sure did.
Yep. Crossfire hurricane, baby. That's what happened there. What else did we have? Twitter shadow banning people. That was true. People thought, oh man, all of a sudden I'd put a tweet up or something on Twitter and then it would get no views.
Correct. Yeah.
And there were a lot of people that were getting shadow banned. You still have access to your account, you can post all your stuff. No one sees it.
No one sees it.
That's scary, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because
that was pre-Elon days, by the way. So
That's changed a little.
It's changed a lot. Twitter is the Wild West again. We love Twitter.
And then you had also Google Street View Wi-Fi snooping, right?
That's pretty crazy too. I never heard of that one, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So that one was related to, little Google vehicles that drive around the neighborhoods and take pictures.
The vehicle
and,
that had the rotating camera and is doing a full 360 landscape.
I guess they were tapping into unrestricted Wi-Fi's while they were doing it.
Yeah, no.
That's
not good.
No bueno. That's bad.
Very, very bad.
Yep.
What about this new one? I'm excited. We got this new conspiracy theory that's out there.
Okay. You want to go? You want to do it?
Here, I'm going to let you do this one, Mark. This is interesting stuff. This is cool. This is brand new to the world.
Brand new to the world. So, so we're calling this the green charge conspiracy.
The green charge conspiracy theory.
Yep.
Okay. What is the green charge conspiracy theory?
So government agencies, big auto, and major chip makers have secretly colluded to embed advanced biometric tracking and AI modules in every public EV charging station so that by 2026, they have real-time health and behavior profiles on millions of drivers under the guise of grid optimization.
So what they're saying here is I see this. I'll go to the Fry's grocery store, and I see the charging stations, and I see the vehicle parked in over there. I see it all the time. So is it collecting the data as it's charging from the vehicle itself?
Yeah, apparently there's the theory is that there are biometric readers that tap in and can, check a person's health, I guess.
Well, we know Tesla.
They're under surveillance.
I know for sure Tesla.
Heart level, stress rates.
Yeah, when you get in a Tesla and sit down, it takes your biometrics. It knows.
Does it?
It shows in there. I mean, those metrics are available. Of course, and it could tell you how many people are in the seats. We just rented a vehicle on our vacation, right? It wasn't an electric vehicle, but even the newest vehicles for this expedition that we rented,
right?
It now has a feature that when you go to turn off the vehicle, it comes up on the little screen, car seat, and shows a picture in the car seat in the back of the vehicle. So if you have a child, you cannot turn that vehicle off.
Which is a problem in Arizona. People leaving their kids in the car.
You can turn it off, but it allows you the time and tells you, hey, there's someone sitting in the back seat in a car seat.
Right.
So I know it's taking those metrics because I just seen it firsthand.
Right. Well, so there have been some leaks. So in July of 2023, a pilot program in Berlin installs Project VoltWatch chargers. Engineers notice undocumented sensors and firmware.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep. In 2024, a rogue firmware update accidentally broadcasts anonymized biometric hashes to a gov domain.
And then you also got here September 24, interior designers in Chicago discovered cryptic AI Pulse licensing stickers inside chargers sold under a climate grant contract.
Right.
So the climate grant contract. So is that the federal government and one of the funding contracts that we have for climate control?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I mean, this stuff is interesting. What we got here in spring of 2025, a whistleblower in Texas text images of circuit boards labeled with dossier-style QR codes.
Uh-huh.
Why? Again, why are these little bits of pieces of information there? I could see why this is coming to light now.
Right. And so a back channel NGO funded by green energy grants and DARPA seed funding.
DARPA's involved as well?
They're one of the key players, Coalition for Sustainable Intelligence. And then
crazy.
There's VoltSync Inc., a shell company formed by an ex-Tesla hardware leads rumored ties to a secretive Silicon Valley data broker.
Wow. So,
and Grid
but they're
Guardian,
not saying who is the ex-Tesla hardware lead.
No. And then
they don't mention that.
Grid Guardian, a Department of Energy pilot project that publicly claims it's balancing local microgrids.
This is out there, but there's some teeth to this. There's some validity to what I'm reading and understanding in this. So.
I mean, does it make a sense? Does
Well,
I mean, feel free to comment.
In the world of electric vehicles and going electric, I mean, everybody wants an edge. I
All
can see
the
where they
tech
want
is
to
already
take
in
as
it.
much information off the users of these vehicles, to use for their own advantage.
Well, and honestly, when you're in public, you don't even have a right not to be videotaped. So, do you have a right to be,
That's a very
intruded upon
question.
by
Because you
biometric
drive into the
data?
parking lot,
They've
right?
got face recognition stuff going on. So
what's the difference if they're using, electric charging stations to gather this information as well?
Right, exactly.
This is interesting. Not so. How about you, Cass? You sold on this one?
She's freaking out right now.
Yeah. He's just everything. Everything is so scary.
I know, right? We got Doc Brown there saying, "Whoa, hey,
wait! I can read your mind. Hold on. Wait a minute."
So really quick, there's there's secret evidence to seed, right? Patents point to every recent patent by a real semiconductor firm for psychological monitoring via power electronics.
Yeah,
there's a patent for that. So, I mean, this stuff's out. It's got to be out there.
So
right?
I will say that it took AI 4 seconds to spit out this false conspiracy theory, right? We asked AI to give us one, and it gave us one, and it gave us all the talking points, and it told us how to, do the narrative, how to post on social media, how exactly what steps to take to promote the conspiracy theory. And there
I didn't
you
know
go.
you were going to let that go. I thought we were just going to keep this going.
No, we weren't going to keep it going. We had to make a point.
Yeah, the point is that even using AI and using Chat GPT, these conspiracy theories could seem so realistic that they're coming up with, right? This particular one that we just went through is that, Mark used it and made this and came up with this. 4 seconds to put that together.
Yeah, it printed me out a 2-page doc on how to build the conspiracy campaign around this idea.
But in 4 seconds, you also just gave all those electric vehicle manufacturers light bulb idea on how to get your information.
I didn't. AI did.
AI did, but we presented it. So, hey, it's his fault.
Yeah.
I heard a conspiracy theory that John left his son at the Grand Canyon to get some milk. This one's still going on from a few shows
Is Don
back.
Johnson your alter ego son?
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
It might be, right?
Could be.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Wow. That's a good one.
Well,
Okay.
time flies.
Yes,
Look
it
at the
does.
time. We got to go.
Hey, whatever it might be out there, if you have a belief in one of these conspiracy theories, by all means, educate yourself. There might be some truth. There might be some validation to it. It might not be exactly where you want it to go, but it could be there. And we're going to leave you with this day. A question to all of you out there. Are we living in a computer simulation?
A lot of people believe we are.
They do.
There are a lot. I think Elon does.
Yeah, I think for sure.
Yeah.
I do. You've seen The Matrix.
I've seen The Matrix.
It's actually a documentary.
Wow.
That's what I like to tell people all the time.
The Matrix as a documentary.
It's a documentary.
Nice.
This would explain Cass.
That would explain Cass over
Hey.
there. Hey, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Cass. Jesse's off on vacation, so thank you for
we
being on
appreciate
vacation.
you showing up, Jesse, even though you
Yeah.
didn't have to. That's awesome.
And Jesse, how you doing?
How you doing, Jesse?
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this podcast. We like to have fun. And this was a funner than normal week.
This was fun.
For now, I'm Mark Beach.
I'm John Dotson, and thank you.